Welcome to Seed Monday, everyone. So today's Seed Monday is moment of victory. So every moment, I do mean every single moment that you're faced with, know that that is your moment of victory. Every moment, despite of what it looks like, despite of what it feels like, despite of what it seemeth like, every moment is your victorious moment. Here's why. So I'm reminded in the Bible, Joseph, which is one of Jacob's 12 sons, right? Joseph was, he was the baby or one of the babies. He had older brothers that disliked him. They were jealous of him. Joseph was a dreamer. Some of the dreams that Joseph was dreaming, he would tell his family, tell his brothers, that basically, you guys are going to end up serving me. And so, his brothers see him, they were talking about and plotting on him, talking about killing him. But needless to say, they ended up taking their brother and selling him into slavery. To make a long story short, Joseph, I know he went through some pain. He went through some tough times. He had some storms in his life. He probably felt like he was alone at some point in his life. But to make a long story short, Joseph didn't stay there. Those moments that he was faced with, the bad that seemed to be the bad moments, or the moments that his family turned on him, those moments weren't in vain. He still had the victory even in those moments, despite of what it looked like. Yeah, they were painful. Yeah, they were hurtful, but he still had the victory because Joseph had to go through. That was his process. That was the plan that God had for his life. He had to go through those things. And by him going through those things, by him going through, it made him who he became and who God purposed for him to become. So despite of what moment you're faced with in life, despite of all the bad, the ugly, the indifferent things that you will be faced with and that you probably have been faced with, that's your process. If it's in God's will, that's your process. That's the plan of God. Just like Joseph, that was his plan for him to go through those things. But at the end of the day, he ended up having the victory. He already had the victory. He just had to go through the process. I'm reminded of some horrible things that happened to me when I was a little girl, when I was a child, and some things that I had no control over. One of those things is I was molested as a young child. I was embarrassed for people to know my story as a kid. I was 5 years old. But at the end of the day, those things that happened to me, those bad things, they were bad. But those things ended up working out for my good. I talked to other young girls, and not just talking to other young girls, but other young women, and help them through some issues or problems that they may be going through. That was my process. That was my plan. God knew that those things were going to happen to me. All the bad things that occur in your life and that happen to you, it's not a surprise to God. God doesn't make people do those bad things. God gives us all a choice. And despite if those bad things happen to us or not, it's going to all work out for your good. And don't think that you don't have the victory. Every moment in your life that you're faced with, you already got the victory. I'm reminded of relationship with God. I'm reminded of Joseph having a relationship with God. I'm reminded of his father having a relationship with God. I'm reminded of my mother teaching us how to be followers of Jesus and how to have a relationship, an intimate relationship with God who lives in heaven. So it matters when you have a relationship with God, because when you have a relationship with him, all of these things are going to end up working out for your good because we love him, right? So yeah, every moment that you're faced with, know that you have the victory. It may not appear that you have the victory right now, but victory does belong to you. You are victorious. Just know that. That's what I got for Seed Monday today, guys. Until we meet again, I love y'all. Y'all don't forget to like, share, follow, and subscribe to Voices of Substance on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. I love y'all, and y'all have an amazing week.